Which of the following patient will demonstrate the maximum amount of overjet? A, B, C, or all of them will have the same amount of overjet. Now, nothing else has been given to us other than the extraoral clinical features of these three children. And what you can see is that all of them have almost similar skeletal structures where they all have a posterior divergence of the face. So if you see the divergence, all of them have a posterior divergence of the face, and they have more or less similar skeletal pattern. Now, what is different between all the three patients is the competence of the lip. Okay, so if you look closely, this patient has competent lips. Okay, there is oral seal which is there. In patients marked as B and C, there is loss of oral seal, or at rest the lips are not competent or they are not closing. However, the incompetence of patient C is more than that of patient B. So here you will see that there is opening, okay, and there's a lip step that is present. Here this is more, okay, and you can also see this mentolabial sulcus is quite deep, and there is hyperactivity of the mentalis which can be appreciated. Now we have to identify who has a maximum overjet. Now of course there is a relationship between the incisors and the lips, okay, because the lips are going to rest against the incisors. So the position of the incisors is also going to affect the position of the lips. Another thing that is related is the form and the function. So as we know from Moss's theory of growth, whenever function is affected, the form gets impaired. So function is very important, right? Function is the one that is going to develop the form of the soft tissue. So if the oral seal in the lips is lost, okay, or the seal or oral seal or the competence of the lips is lost, it is going to affect it because it is not going to be able to hold the incisors properly, and incisors will procline. Now this is a vicious cycle. This could be because the incisors were already proclined, like in a class 2 division 1, okay. If there's a class 2 division 1 in which there is proclined upper incisors, okay, and the upper lip is not able to close because of this proclined incisor, that means there is a potentially incompetent lips. So lips we know can have 4 types of relationships. They can be competent. So in competent lips there is an oral seal, okay. In incompetent lips there are anatomically short lips which fail to create an oral seal. Potentially incompetent lips are not because of short lips, but because teeth, or because there is so much proclination of the upper incisors, they come between the teeth and prevent their closure. And finally there is everted lips, right? So because there is a class 2 division 1 type of malocclusion with this proclined incisors, this is going to cause potential incompetency of the lips, okay. This is going to affect the function of the lips, right? Because this potential incompetency, oral seal is lost. This is going to affect the function. Now because there is incompetency, the loss of oral seal, what is going to happen is the upper incisors are proclined, and the lower lip goes and gets trapped behind these upper incisors, okay. So whenever there is swallowing, whenever the patient swallows, the lips will keep on applying pressure against the teeth. So whatever proclination was seen, that is going to increase. So the upper, it's like I said, it's a vicious cycle. Because of the lip trap, the upper incisors are going to get further pushed away or further proclined. The lower incisors will get even more retroclined. So this is going to increase the overjet, right? This is going to increase the overjet. Now overjet is nothing but the horizontal relationship between the teeth, right? That is the incisor, the horizontal distance between the incisor ledge of the upper incisors and the lower incisors. So when the proclination of the upper incisors increases, the overjet is also going to increase, especially when there is a lip trap, which is going to cause retroclination of the lower incisors. So this again is going to increase the overjet. So what we see here in this image is that the patient who is marked as C, these features can be more appreciated in this patient. So you can see that the upper lip is, there is a big lip step that is present between the upper and the lower lip. What you can see here is that the lower lip is getting trapped, okay, behind the upper incisors. What could possibly be the upper incisors? Because we can't see the intraoral finding, we can only assume that because there's such a big lip step, this is a lip trap that is occurring behind the upper incisors. We can see there is hyperactivity of the mentalis, loss of oral seal. So all of these clinical features point us that the patient who's marked as C is going to have the maximum amount of overjet.